we are. As I promised, we're back again with Jordan Van Sewell. And it's a pleasure to have you here, Jordan. We just had a great conversation about all of the various art forms that Jordan is involved with and how he's created some of them. And this little beautiful piece here is just magnificent. I just love it.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, we're going to move on to some other stuff here. I have here a picture that I'm hoping this particular caboose, is this a caboose? Is that what we call a caboose?
A lot of people wouldn't recognize it because unfortunately the caboose is no longer a mainstay on the back of a freight train.
Oh, that's right. Is this in your yard, Jordan? I have to ask that.
No, I would, as much as I would like to have one in there, I do not have one. But I spent an inordinate amount of time waving at kids from the cupola of a caboose.
Yeah, that's this part here. That's that high part, that cupola.
Exactly. So my history is I come from a fourth generation railway family. So when I gave up the railway to become an artiste, but I still am drawn back to it.
Well,
and whenever I see a caboose as this one, I have to reminisce, at least in my own mind, as to...
I think you'll find that everybody does.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we used to hop the freight to go swimming at the beach.
Yeah.
So there's history there, there's romance, there's there's adventure.
It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, I can see that to be wonderful. Fourth generation family, you say.
Yeah.
So now you're aside from your art, you're involved quite a bit in what are the things that you do aside from just as an ad or aside from your art forms that you do. Are you involved in other things, John?
I'm the president at Heritage Winnipeg, which is the mandate, of course, of Heritage Winnipeg is to preserve our built heritage. But in the 21st century, that heritage takes in a lot of other things. So I'm always looking to celebrate our history and heritage.
So the city of Winnipeg, the province of Manitoba, it's a bit of a passion for you in preserving all this, as you say? Yeah,
it seems that the rising generation doesn't have the kind of passion that I feel the previous generation, my generation, had. So in ways I feel there's an obligation to continue with that.
Yeah, I agree. Well, changing times, I guess we can expect it. Technology has come along, younger people.
Sure.
Did you have that same thought about preserving all the stuff when you were 20 years old?
Actually, I did. But
this is good.
Well, it was probably I could have spent time better, but as a kid working on freight trains in Saskatchewan, I witnessed the demise of the 19th century, the demise of the mode of transporting wheat. All the little towns in and around where I worked, they all dried up and people moved away. So in many ways it was heartbreaking, but my investment continues.
Well, I'm going to lighten things up just a bit here. Are you ready for this? I noticed this picture here, and that's a fellow leaning against a motorcycle. Now, what did you draw that, or is that a?
That's actually the talent of Michael Boss, who is a painter and also a motorcycle enthusiast, as most of us are. So he photographed me on my bike one day and did a painting from it.
And you mentioned you and your bike, and now you're touching on something that I love because I'm a rider myself.
Yeah.
And I see here now a picture of the actual bike, and here you are. Look at this. What a beauty. You ride it much?
I certainly do. I'd be out on it today if I wasn't sitting here.
Yes. Well, we'll try not to keep you too long.
No.
We've got just enough time to talk about how long have you been riding? Have you had this particular, it's a hog? What model is it?
Well, that's the first year of the Road King. It's a 94, and I've been riding that one for probably a dozen years. But I've always had a motorcycle. So,
well, you know what I think? The more artists I meet, the more I'm finding that little motorcycle happens to be hiding in there in everybody. Some of my guests have just surprised me with the fact that they are riders.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I just we could go on forever about this motorcycle stuff, especially me because I get to rambling on.
Yeah. Well, if I can say in closing regarding the motorcycle, I think between that fine line that divides the sky from the prairie, there's a pursuit there and a motorcycle is the thing that'll get you there.
Well, I'm with you there. Jordan Van Sewell, ladies and gentlemen, just a pleasure to have you here.
It's my pleasure.
Wonderful to meet
you so much.
And we're going to be together again.
We will.
Everybody, you take care now. We leave you for a bit, and we'll be right back.